Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and it's another edition of Fabric Fridays where we go through the r/Microsoft Fabric subreddit and just marvel at just how bad this platform really is. But before we get to that, I have some late breaking, hot off the presses news. Literally, like just an hour ago, I was made aware of this. So I don't have all of the details, and I have not been able to replicate this myself. However, I'm being told by an extremely reliable source of this issue that they are encountering today, right? That Microsoft support has been able to replicate. And it's a massive, massive security problem in Microsoft Fabric, in my opinion. So let's get into it. So this problem goes back 4 years, so to the dawn of Microsoft Fabric, right? And essentially, I'll tell you how to replicate it, at least how I'm being told to replicate the problem. Essentially, what you do is you publish a report with RLS. You make test user a workspace role like an admin. Okay, you share the report with them, and they can go in. The RLS doesn't apply. All right, you take away their workspace role, they can still see everything in the report. So that is the crux of the situation here, of what I'm being told. So user has access even after removing access. You can read through this thread. I'll post this link in the description, and then you can see all the way up to 5 months ago. Somebody's like, "Oh, found it's been because of the share option, right? You generate a link, they go in and delete the link, and then apparently it resolves itself." So the question you must ask yourself is, do you even know all the reports in your organization that are using RLS? Okay. Then do you know all of the workspace role changes that you have done over the last 4 years? And do you know all of the different links that have been generated to share reports within your organization over the last 4 years? Because if you don't know all of those things, then the only solution to this might be to just go in and delete all the links. And oh my God, that would be a bad day in most organizations. So, yay for that, I guess. I mean, can you imagine? Can you even imagine, right? You got there's a report out there and it's got everyone's salary in it. And because some developer had admin access or member access to the workspace when they were creating something in there, but they no longer do, that they still can go in and see everyone's salaries. I mean, holy shit, it would be a bad day for most organizations, man. So anyway, good news on that one. Sorry to pass that along, but this is the platform you get because it's Microsoft Fabric and it's just a convoluted freaking mess in terms of the security in particular. So there you have it. All right, let's get into this one. So let's see here. This one is, are you using SQL database in Microsoft Fabric in production? I'd love your honest feedback. So they're asking for honest feedback here, and then they and then they end up getting pissy when somebody gives them honest feedback. This is why I love r Microsoft Fabric subreddit. The comedy is hilarious. And before I didn't say this, I wanted to say this. I've got this many tabs here. I've closed probably 2 dozen, 3 dozen tabs of like this shit doesn't work because again, I don't want these to be 45 minutes. All right, so this elastic pools, hyperscale tier, long-term retention, failover groups, always encrypted. I mean, the list is endless, right? And then you get into this, and it's like they get into this discussion. It does have backup and restore. No, it doesn't. You have backup and not restore. Blah blah blah. It goes in there, and then that's rude, dude. You asked for honest feedback, man, and then you can't handle it. Like these whiny little Microsoft employees. It's hilarious to read, their whining on this when they literally asked for honest feedback and then they just can't handle it apparently. Love that stuff. Pure comedy gold. One Lake storage report. This one's great, man. So basically, they checked their storage report for the first time, and they've got like 2 million rows in this warehouse, and it's taking up over a terabyte for 2 million rows. Right? So there's over 800 gigs of files, blah blah blah. And so they go in, and they admit like, oh shit, you need to send us this so we can investigate this. And then it's just an endless amount of, yep, I got the same issue. I've got the same issue. So because of course it's in Microsoft's best interest to have a storage system that is incredibly inefficient because you pay for that. There's a separate meter for storage in Microsoft Fabric. So of course, Microsoft does not give a crap if they have a completely inefficient storage mechanism because they're charging you for every byte that's stored in there. So love that. Great platform. Feedback opportunity, materialize lake views in Microsoft Fabric. There's another one where they get all pissy that you asked for the feedback, people. You're a Microsoft employee asking for feedback, and then you can't handle the feedback. So it goes down in here, blah, blah, blah. And I think I had it highlighted. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I see an NLV and Lakehouse Explorer. Here's all lineage view, blah, blah, all the problems with it, right? And then then as you read through this, the Microsoft Fabric, you know, employee just gets, pissier and pissier because they can't handle the feedback that's coming back on materialized lake views, which are the stupidest word, like Monkey D. Luffy. Monkey D. Data, Monkey D. Luffy, Monkey D. Data HQ. I should have highlighted it somewhere in here, but he has some great lines in here. And it's just, and the biggest thing is like every other system, literally every other Databricks, Snowflake, Postgres, you name it, they all use materialized view. That is what they use. Microsoft, F you all. We're going to use materialized Lakeview because it's better somehow. Dude, everyone else has solved this problem a long time ago. Materialized Lakeviews in Microsoft Fabric are literally, they just GA'd, I think, like a month or two ago. Like, they've been around everywhere else for years, okay? But anyway, there you go. That's materialized Lakeviews. What's been most frustrating Microsoft Fabric issue you've had to troubleshoot? This is just endless. It's just an endless discussion. I mean, it goes on for literally freaking forever, right? Just crazy. I love this. Like Monkey D Data HQ is again all over this thread, and then this guy's like, just ask Monkey D Data HQ. Oh wait, the Princess Bride gift. Gotta love it. So yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, this one is another one where the Microsoft employee is like, well, that's just rude and that's mean of you to say. It's like, dude, you asked for it, man. All right, help. I am stuck in a situation that the fabric trial has expired. Now, supposedly this is the last day of my fabric trial. But that's been on that I've had for over 3 years. This guy apparently had like some kind of university thing, or he's like he needs to present it, and it's gone now. So anyway, so today is supposedly the last day. I have 0 days left in my trial, and apparently I've been seeing this all everywhere. The trials are actually expiring now. So I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see. So that's why I included this one. Only 10 workspace open issues. So this one's interesting. So apparently there's in the UI, it's a bug or something where it's complaining consistently all the time about having, it can only open 10 workspaces. This guy only has like one allowed workspace he's able to have. And anytime he opens a notebook and stuff, it complains about this. And anyway, there's a whole long discussion about it and lots of people chiming in. Yep, problem. I can't imagine having to work in this product every day. All right, data flow Gen 2 stopped working. Multiple data flows. They don't have a destination. One of them has stopped working. It fails after 1 minute with error code mashup, blah, blah, blah. Looks like you're encountering a failure of metadata synchronization. DM me with the ID to investigate. Okay, better answer. Data flows are brittle and generally surface errors poorly. As a consultant, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, use notebooks and pipelines, people. All right, there you go. Don't use data flows in Microsoft Fabric because one, they are brittle and they suck, and they also use extraordinary amounts of CUs compared to other options. All right, ingesting CSV. Is there a better, simple way to do CSV? Scheme could store a file in SharePoint. All right, this one's funny because of this. So the Microsoft employee is saying for ingesting CSV into Delta tables, you could use, and he provides a link to the shortcut. So Monkey D Data HQ. What part of weekly update made you think a 24/7 every 2 minute state check was the acceptable answer? I mean, if you want to maximize useless CU usage, yeah, A plus. There's a whole long discussion about this that they get into. But basically, yeah, Microsoft, right? They want you to use the most costly options in Microsoft Fact. They guide you to those options just so that you waste your money on useless CUs and doing, I think it was like 5,040 checks, right, in a week, right? Versus just one check. And there's people like, well, it's not a bad option, blah. The CUs don't, the checks don't cost that many CUs, but they cost CUs. You're paying for it, right? Craziness. Data flow using query staging consumes 100% of F64 capacity. So this is something that just started happening apparently August 11th or 12th or something like that. August 11th. So it was running fine in like 6 minutes, and then all of a sudden on August 11th, it runs for 4 hours and then times out, consumed 100% of their CUs, right? So they're just throttled and all that stuff. So yeah, it's yeah, do not use data flows. So again, don't use data flows. They'll just randomly fail. And then what do we have here for this week? We have one, two, three, four, five service outages for Microsoft Fabric. Yeah, just in the last week. This one was 2 hours and 47 minutes, if you can believe it. Right, is this one still going on? Resolved, 1 hour, 17 minutes. Let's see, resolved, 25 minutes. You've got 15 minutes, 11 minutes, but I don't know, man. I see North Europe all the time in these things. If I feel bad for the people that are using Microsoft Fabric in North Europe. That's all I have to say. With the number of service outages that I see for those guys, I just feel bad for them. So that's it. That's all I had for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.